bitches and hoes and all this other goofy shit. But if you've watched me for a long time, you know for a fact I make strong distinctions between women, bitches, and hoes. So since hoes and bitches get a lot of glorification right now, I want to concentrate on women. Let's talk about women. Let's talk about things that women can do to be strong, mind, body, soul, and vagina. So, I got ladies here with me today. As you notice, I'm trying to keep intelligent yet beautiful ladies on the panel. I have Taliba here. She has Embody. She's from Embody. She does lingerie. She does custom clothing. So I brought her on to give her thoughts on what women can wear to make themselves feel more beautiful, more sexy. I feel like lingerie itself is not something just for a man's appeal. It's something that a woman can wear to not only appear sexy to a man, but to feel and appear sexy to herself. And I have Jasmine Castro. She has the Yoni eggs.
Yoni eggs.
Yoni eggs. I will never get that right, so y'all just get used to it. She's got the Yoni eggs, or as I like to just simply say, pussy weights. So she's got the pussy weights. Keep it tight, keep it right. She's gonna give some other advice on, once again, I feel like if you're secure about everything about yourself, then that sex appeal will just come out. And also I have Octavia. She's also here to present, teach us, because I don't know nothing about vagina health or women health for that matter. Natural healing, natural herbs, natural things you can do to enhance your body. So, with that being said, I just want to bring up the point of one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show, and one thing that I don't like is a lot of women tend to say it, and a lot of simp ass niggas say it too. All pussy is the same. I totally disagree with that. Some pussy is better than others. I feel like most simps say that because they haven't had enough pussy to know the differences. So, we're going to teach you guys and some of you ladies just things to do to make sure your pussy is A1 and not that D grade that don't make it out of high school. So, we're going to start off with Jasmine.
All right.
What's up with the yoni eggs?
Yoni eggs. Okay, so what yoni eggs are vaginal weights. They're used for not just the sexual part. That I have 5 different forms or reasons why women use yoni eggs. You have a mental health or mental clearance. We back in the day, our ancestors used to use natural remedies, herbs, lots of light, sun, water to heal themselves. This is way before medicine and things that Western European philosophy instilled in us. So I'm kind of trying to go back to that, into healing ourselves and getting ourselves back to our native self. Women, we go to medicine a lot. We use a lot of different things like tampons and vaginal soaps and all these things that are so harmful to us. And we were not taught that these things are not supposed to be used. So yoni eggs are made out of gemstones. These are all tumbled gemstones, so the yoni egg itself is actually really smooth. I'm going to take one out so that you guys can kind of see it. What it helps you do is promote not only vaginal moisture, so to keep it wet, but it also helps you with sensitivity. A lot of us don't know that 75% of women don't have orgasms every time they have sex.
I knew that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I knew that.
Think about it. That's 3 out of 4 women are just having these sexual intercourses, with men, and they're faking it. Why? We were taught as women that we are to please, our men. That's our job. We were there to cater to them and make them feel good, and yeah, all that's great. But we need to learn what the powers that we have in ourselves in order to get that out and kind of connect with somebody. I'm going to pass this around, and so Bshine can finally touch a yoni egg. So what these yoni eggs do, that's a large yoni egg. That's step 1. You insert it in. The big way goes in first.
Oh, so the big way?
Yep. So you put it in, and
I'm used to the big way going in first. Okay, go ahead.
You put it in, and you do Kegels. So all women know what Kegels are.
Let's just assume that these women or these guys don't know what a Kegel is.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, if you do not know what a Kegel is, it is that motion or that muscle tightening that you do when you have to pee. When you hold your pee, you tighten it up and you're trying to hold it and you're hopping around. That's a Kegel. So tighten it up, loosen it up. Tighten it up, loosen it down. So you're going to do that for about 15 minutes minimum if you're a beginner with that large egg. And what it does, I don't know if we all know that our vaginal cavity can be up to 7 inches long. So that can be all the way up to your belly button. So here you are, you have this egg that's going to suck up all the way towards your belly button, and you just have to use your muscles to kind of grip that and maneuver it up and down. What it also does is promote sensitivity so that you are not one of the 75% of women that are still faking orgasms. Me, I'm in my 30s now, and sex shouldn't be about the men anymore. It needs to be about both of us. So I think it's important that we learn these things and we educate other women on it being about both of us. Aside from the sexual part, we do have, it's an emotional journey as well. These stones are made out of gemstones, and each gemstone carries an energy, if you will. Like I always refer back to our ancestors. We were taught that, these things that we go through in life as women, we're mothers, we're daughters, we're sisters, we go to work now, we have careers, and there's a lot of things that we have on our plate. And sometimes it takes a lot out of us, and we have to kind of learn how to de-energize or kind of get that energy, that negative energy out of us. So it kind of helps with that as well, as far as detoxing negative energy.
Okay, well, I'm going to end up asking what's the big smooth dildo you got. We're going to come back to that. Saliba, so in body, you make clothes, you make lingerie. I guess one thing I want to ask is like, when women come to you, do they tend to already have in mind what they want, or do you kind of guide them in a way to where you see where their insecurities are? Like, okay, let me help you, design something to make you feel better about yourself. So I know you did the lingerie show. We were there for that. It was good, by the way. So what, like, when you're doing lingerie, what goes into that process, I guess?
Well, I love doing it, first of all. Everything I've ever done, just from the hair to the clothes to the jewelry, has always been about beauty outside. So even with the show, it was more so because what I found is a lot of women have a lot of insecurities. And so they're working on their confidence, or maybe they don't know that what their insecurities are, but just talking to people, when they come to me, it's a little mixture of everything. Like sometimes they know what they want, but maybe it's not the right thing, or or you can find something that you can do to enhance it, or like I always look for things to help accentuate, what's going on already. So I look for like the things that they're already kind of confident about, and okay, let's work with that. But I do find that a lot of women, more than what I thought, have like a lot of insecurities. But at the same time, who doesn't want to feel sexy and stuff like that? So I love the process of helping them get to that point where, and everybody's sexy is not the same. So I have some women where like everything is not about showing everything that they have. So, and I'm kind of one that I just kind of like overboard sometimes. So I can like kind of help pull stuff out of them. But if it's something where they're like, no, this is what I want, you can kind of help them, with that too. But at the end of the day, like I even have a model here today, Sparkle, that has on a piece. And so like some people have an idea already, and like I said, sometimes it's just like, just what can you come up with? Mm-hmm. But I always try to figure out what each individual woman, like kind of where she's at, what she usually kind of likes, what she's willing to try, because at the end of the day, I don't want it to be like about me and what I like. I want it to be about them, and that's like the best part of what I do, like seeing somebody at the end just so happy. Yeah,
I
like
think that's
that
important,
is such a great
especially
feeling.
with women. It's hard to, after children even, there's certain things in our bodies that have changed, and for you to custom make something that makes her feel a little bit more secure about certain parts, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then with the stores, like we
Oh,
come
yeah.
in so many different
Oh,
sizes
yeah.
that the store sizes are, you may find 10 sizes, and you're
Mhm.
talking about a billion
Right.
of women
Mhm.
that have, like you said, all different
Different
types
body
of things
types,
going
yeah.
on. So
I agree.
Well, one thing that, as far as like with the lingerie that I
Mhm.
think about too, is that I hear a lot again, this stupid fucking saying I'll keep hearing, that hoes are women. And to me, the only reason why a lot of women feel like hoes are women, or winning, I should say, is because a lot of chicks are getting real complacent in their relationships.
Mhm.
You know, they don't want to come to the bedroom as something sexy. You know, even though for us, yeah, you know, man,
Visual.
take that shit off. But sometimes we still do want that visual
Yeah.
before I rip that shit off.
Right.
And you know, it's like, yeah, you know, to some women they looking at all these hoes of women. No, it's not that they really winning. It's just that they are doing a little bit more than what you're doing.
Mhm.
So you're not even though you're mad at the competition, you're not even putting yourself in a place to where that person even is in competition. So one thing I do like about the lingerie is that it does. I mean, I would think that, you know, when I wear some sexy drawers, I feel sexy. You know, I'm like, damn, did this motherfucker grow a couple inches? You know, just it look good in the drawers. So if I feel good in some drawers, I feel like as women, you know, I feel like that should be just like when a woman drinks or when a woman's really into sex. You know, it comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants a boring, quiet motherfucker in the bed.
Right.
So I mean, you gotta learn how to do stuff
Yeah.
to spice things up. You know, like with guys, you know, we want y'all to do the little, you know, we need to drink, you know, more pineapple juices and shit. And speaking of drinking pineapple juices, to make your juices taste better,
Right.
I guess I can go into our table.
Well, damn. Way to bring it on home. So
Hey, I'm gonna
yeah.
knock it out the box. Go ahead.
Speaking of pineapple juices, there was a lot of, I guess you can say, like, talk about it when Kevin Hart kind of brought it on his little, you know, comedy show and everything. But it's true. It's true. Pineapple juice is definitely good for you. Cranberry juice is definitely good for you. Even garlic, as bad as it may smell, there are unscented pills and other things that you can possibly take to better your vagina, to make it taste better, make it smell better. I'm not sure what everybody is into, but you know, you can bedazzle it up a little bit. So yeah, as far as like natural holistic remedies, I'm more into those things because nowadays Western medicine, they just want to give you a pill. They just want to trigger something that's going to trigger something else. You know, essentially it's not long term. It's just a temporary fix. And a lot of women do deal with a lot of issues down there, whether it's a yeast infection, whether it's a bacteria infection. Those things definitely are not, you know, good. They don't feel good. They don't smell good. And when you're in a relationship, that definitely plays a big part. You know, sex matters, okay? And
Oh yes, sex matters.
it's good when she's good, you know, when she's good down there, when she's feeling good to you and feeling good to him, and she's tasting good and smelling good. You have an awesome sex life. So as far as pineapple juice, I definitely say drink it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, gentlemen, drink it.
Got some in the car. What you talking about? So, all right. I guess I'm just the whole time we've been talking, I have just not been able to take my. So what's with the smooth dildo? What's with that thing?
All right, so it's real hard to get a man, you know, into using things to kind of spice up the bedroom life, right? A lot of men aren't gonna just hold a dildo and be comfortable with that. So
You goddamn right. Why we gotta use a dildo? At least get a vibrator. Why we gotta?
You
Why
know-
I am the dildo.
oh, you're right. And sometimes, you know, not to knock anybody off, or you know, if you're not into it, I'm sorry, but you know, there are some women out there that like to, let's just put a scenario out there. They like oral sex. And with oral sex, you want penetration as well.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of women out here that have that dream, you know, situation where they're getting penetrated and they're getting eaten out at the same time. That's impossible, physically impossible for you to do. Just you.
I got 2 ribs missing. I could do a lot.
So-
I mean, but you know, go.
The average person. This is a tool. It's called a yoni wand. It's not just used for sex. So it does look like a dildo kinda, but it's not shaped as one. It's just a wand. So I think men would be a lot more comfortable using something like this versus something that looks like their joint. Not only do you use this, for penetration, this is also used for foreplay. You can wrap it up with a hot towel and make it really warm, and once you're giving her oral pleasure, play with other things around her. And I get a lot of massage therapists that also use these as massage techniques. They use these to roll around your muscles, and I have a boyfriend, and I ask him all the time, like, can you massage my my calves or my hamstrings? Like they're always sore. I wear heels a lot, and he's like, I'm not touching that. Like I'm not gonna touch that to massage your leg.
Well,
like,
I know. For now, if I get a massage and the motherfucker come trying to rub my shoulder, man, use your hand, man.
I
But
get
it's
it.
energy. It's a good energy.
Yeah, I mean it's
a good energy from y'all because it's like a dildo.
But it doesn't look like one. It's a wand.
You see,
Right.
I immediately thought it was a dildo. I think everything is a dildo. I think a big carrot is a dildo. So I mean, everything don't have to have a penis tip.
Hey, I get it. I get it. That's why I tried to get something that can do the job, but not make you feel kind of weirded out because it looks too much like what you've got going on.
Right.
So I mean, it can be used in a whole bunch of different ways. Again, it's so many different things you can do with these, as far as personal with yourself as a woman, or with your man, with your spouse. I'm a team player, so I always promote if you're in a relationship, educate your significant other about these things. They shouldn't be left in the dark about what you're doing. It's kind of hard because a lot of men aren't really open to these things, but I think if you ease it in and kind of teach them what to do and what it does for you, I think some men would be a lot more open to it.
So, Taliba, you threw me off. You had to smile like what is this nigga finna say? No, so how many years have you? I mean, have you always specialized in the lingerie, or was it more you were doing the clothing and you kind of moved into the lingerie? Like what was really the catalyst to kind of? I know you can do both, but when you're doing lingerie, like when you did your show, that was all lingerie. You know what I'm saying? I had to make my girl like, hey, when them niggas in the drawers, you tend by. You don't worry about the niggas in the drawers. So, but I mean, like what? I mean, when it's doing it, it's like I don't know. It's like. When I look at lingerie, it's so hard to really come up with new concepts because I mean, for the most part, it's like it's all the same, but at the same time, it's all different. So it's like, I mean, is it like everything when you make it? Do you kind of really look at the model, or do you look at the person that's asking for it? Do you already have the idea, or do you kind of a little bit of both?
Yeah, I do both. So a lot of times I don't know how, but whatever, like the vision will just come in my head. I'm like, I gotta make that. So I don't do like a lot of drawing, like a lot of people sketch it out. I just kind of come up with something and I figure out how to make it. So I don't have like patterns for it or anything. It's just I figure it out. And then sometimes like even with the show, I didn't know who my models were initially. So I just came up with the designs that I wanted and then kind of worked it around and made it custom for whoever the model was going to be that day. And then like sometimes I will have the model first. And then it's just like kind of like going to the store. You may have one idea in mind and then you start kind of playing around with the fabrics and it's like, oh, I could do this, So it kind of changes. I could do both. And then I kind of like moved into the lingerie. So I was like kind of making stuff, just little stuff for myself. I was doing like a lot of jewelry, and I've used anything. Like it could be metals. I use a lot of gemstones. That's why I'm like fascinated with that. A lot of wire weaving. Then I started moving into sewing, and I was using like leather and recycled material, like anything I can get my hands on. So I've always had like this creative thing where I always wanted to see something different. So like even if you like when you were at the show, like a lot of lingerie looks the same, but a lot of mine was like very different. Like you wouldn't be able to just see it in the store. So I think that's what kind of makes it stand out. And then I kind of use materials and designs that like are just different. That's my thing. And a lot of the people I could tell like that because everybody wants something where they could be like, oh no, that was the design I had made. It's nothing that's you can't buy that. You have to.
Well, everybody ain't necessarily supposed to be seeing you in your lingerie unless you're doing some modeling. I guarantee you, if I had some draws and everybody saw it, somebody'd be a little upset.
But you know, we as women, we talk a lot, we show stuff. Look what I get. You know, it's like no big deal to us. So
I know. I mean, that's the reason why. Y'all do that shit, and then y'all get mad at guys for having these bisexual fantasies. Because when we ain't around, y'all pillow fighting all type of shit. Then we come around But I do want to ask. Now I got y'all ladies here. I just want to ask. Okay, I mean, because maybe I'm ignorant. I am ignorant in certain ways. I'm ignorant because I say stupid shit to people, but I'm not ignorant because I'm stupid. But I'm ignorant in the fact that, do y'all actually believe that all pussy is the same? Because, see, I'm not going to say that, because if all pussy is the same, that means all dick is the same. And I know for a fact I got some pretty good dick, and I heard about some pretty bad dick. So even if I fell in the middle, I know it ain't all the same. So, I mean, just as women, are any of y'all fall into that philosophy?
No.
So I'm going to be honest. Back when I was about, I would say early 20s, I felt that it was, and it has a lot to do with your past, as a woman. If you went through things, when you were a young girl, that can take away from your experience as a woman or as, with sex. So to me, in my early 20s, it was the same. All my sexual relationships with men, it was, in my words, honestly, they were terrible. Like, I hated it. And it wasn't until I was able to learn or teach myself, educate myself on things that I can do to myself or for myself, to kind of make things better, so that, the next person I come into, encounter with, I know what to do, I can educate him on what to do, because we're all different.
Right.
What pleases me as a woman might not please you, and might not please her. So you might get off on clitoral stimulation, where Octavia might get off on, deep penetration, and me, you could just touch me and boom, there you have it. So I think it's important that we learn ourselves first before we even tell a man that, his joint is whack. Like, it's not your fault.
You say joint.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just, I'm not a very vulgar.
But I like what you said, though, because I'm a firm believer in that. When I found out that the statistic was 75% of women don't orgasm, well, I blame y'all for everything anyway. That's what y'all say. So I'm definitely gonna blame y'all for that shit.
It is.
Because, I mean, it's not that. Of course, I don't know what to do yet. But if I don't know what to do yet, and you don't know what to do yet, why the fuck is that my fault?
Right.
Because I guarantee you, if you're doing something I don't like, slow down.
Right.
Softer, harder.
Right.
A lot of women, and then, but in y'all defense, there are some insecure guys that aren't secure enough to be able to take instruction. They feel like that makes them whack, or they're weak, or instead of just realizing, okay, because personally, I just want you to bust a nut. If you can help me get you there as quick as possible, I'm A-okay with that. I don't need to take a long map of figuring it out and discovering some shit, and you can give me the blueprint.
Right.
But I just look at a lot of women, and I guess, like you say, it's the way a lot of women are brought up, a lot of ways y'all are taught. Oh, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. And then, like with Facebook, what pisses me off, a chick will get on Facebook and be like, I want to fuck tonight, I want somebody to cuddle with tonight, and all this shit. You'll tell this to thousands of people, but then you won't tell your man the best way to get you off.
Right.
So it's just like, communication.
Yeah.
So
that's the main issue in a lot of relationships, not just relationships like sexual relationships, but even friendships and just in general. If you're not communicating, your thoughts to someone, they can't tell what you're thinking.
Right.
Like, talk about it.
That could be part of that pillow talk.
Make it fun.
yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people, they don't talk about sex enough. Actually, to me, the best time to talk about sex is when you're not having sex. Bring up the last time you had sex. Like remember that time when I was holding your head up, and what I'm saying, man, that, just talk about it. Get your laugh out, build a little chemistry with each other. Because honestly, to me, a lot of these so-called relationships have no chemistry.
Right.
And it's
Most people don't know what it is.
Yep.
They don't even know how to get there.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't know what it is because a lot of people don't be with anybody past a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Or
You're
that.
still going through to get to know a person phase. While you talk, oh, I love him so much. Oh, you do? You knew him for what? 17 days. Oh, yeah, y'all can get married. You know, some people, you can lock up and meet somebody and stay with them. Honestly, me and her, from the moment we've been together, I think in 8 years, if you add it up every time she's pissed me off when we broke up, it's probably been a separation of like 2 weeks. But we was always back together in a couple of days.
Right.
You know, she's standing out in the rain with a big butcher knife. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But, you know, it's just, you know, nobody, there's a lot of relationships I see now where they like, you know, a woman gets pregnant and the 9 months of the, from the baby being born is the baby's, you barely know him that long.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the reason why I say like with the lingerie, you know, a lot of women to me, they need to step it up. You know, stop looking at what other women are doing and not looking at what you're not doing. It's just like with me. If my girl was to step out, be ready to leave, I would want to find out what did not do. Because I think we discussed this after my show last week, and a couple people surprised me like, "Oh, your girl cheated on you. You're not going to immediately leave?" Fuck no. I mean, at least not till I got some questions.
Right.
You know,
Right,
did I fuck up? Where did I fuck up?
Right.
Was it intimate between y'all? Was it just you was drunk? You know, it's a lot of variables to that. And I feel like any woman or man that will just simply say, "Oh, if you cheat one time, I'm gone," I feel like you shouldn't be in a relationship, let alone being married. You know, because that's not what it is to me. But back to you. I mean, just like, you know, I see you kind of quiet. So is that from like the natural healing stuff? Was you kind of wild before you started drinking pineapple juices and, you know what I'm saying, praying to Mother Moon? I mean, just, you know, like, I mean, is some of the stuff you do simply for the health of the vagina, of the puss is what I like to call it.
The
For
what?
the puss. So is it just to heal the puss, or is it something that, you know, can help you overall? Because I mean, with women, because a lot of y'all can be a little bit crazy, and I'm just
But
wondering.
in what way? Crazy in what way, though?
Oh shit, that's gonna be a whole nother fucking show.
There's levels.
I mean, it's definitely levels to craziness with women, but I've read that, you know, sometimes the things that you eat, you know, can make you a little more hostile, can make you a little more irritable. I mean, we already know when the Crimson Dynamo comes in during that month to leave y'all the fuck alone. But, I mean, is there like some certain shit that y'all eat during that time that, you know, make the symptoms not as bad so a nigga don't got to spend a night at his friend's house during that time?
Well, it should never be that bad. So yeah, it's very true. What you eat definitely does affect your body. It goes back as far as like meat. You know what I mean? I've started this journey. Let me start over. So I've been battling, have battled with like chronic yeast infections and, you know, bacteria infections. And I always wonder like, okay, Octavia, what is it? You know, like, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Or am I eating too much dairy? Or am I eating too many spicy foods? Or, you know, is it something in my blood that's a deeper issue? And that's something that I've learned too. A lot of women who are diabetic do suffer from a lot of yeast infections, a lot of infections, period. And that's something that is a much deeper issue, and that's medical attention.
Well, I want to start it right there because I'm not even going to lie. I'm an older man now. I still don't know what the fuck a yeast infection is. I mean, I know I've heard about, you know, it's like bread. I mean, is it like, you know, I heard like she baking bread. You know, I heard the jokes, but I mean, like, what the fuck is a yeast infection? Fuck it. I said, when I told y'all this was going to be no script, when y'all said some shit that I didn't know about, god damn it, what the fuck is a yeast infection?
A lot of people don't know. It's just an overgrowth of bad bacteria. You know, in your body, you have good bacteria, you have bad bacteria. So it's something that you've eating that has triggered, or it's something that you're using rather, that you've triggered an overgrowth to throw off your pH. Our body is acidic, so we have different levels of pH, you know. There are certain things that you definitely need to do. Drink alkaline water. You can put a garlic clove in there. You can use tea tree oil suppositories. There's so many things that you could do to restore good bacteria in your vagina.
Puss,
back
puss.
to the
Y'all know. Vagina, puss, puss. We still on the same subject. Go ahead.
whatever you want to call it, your yoni, your womb. It's a lot of things that you can do to just restore the good bacteria inside your vagina. There's a lot of things that could throw it off. I made a live video that kind of took off, and it was about how I went to go see a male gynecologist. And I knew something was wrong, but I didn't really know for sure. I felt like I was doing better, things were getting good. And long story short, it ended up being a bacteria infection. And he wanted to prescribe me some medication, but I've already did my research. I already knew what was going to happen. And you're going to give me this medication, and the medication is going to prevent me from getting another bacteria infection, but that doesn't happen. You get a yeast infection from the medicine.
Right.
So it's a lot of things that doctors give you that will trigger something else. So I just have been on this journey and educated myself, as well as other women and men, like you say, what is a yeast infection, on what to do to cure certain things, or how will they know if something was to occur down there. Yeast infection, you're going to feel like a little itch. You're going to feel a white, thicker discharge. Every woman has a discharge. It's going to smell a little different. If you have a bacteria infection, you're not going to get as wet. If you have a yeast infection, you're going to dry out. So it's a lot of things that you need to be cautious of and, pay more attention to and do to prevent, you from getting a yeast infection. Eat a little bit of that Chobani yogurt. Drink your cranberry juice. As far as water is good, but not all water is, essential for someone who has an very acidic pH body in the vagina area. So, yeah, there's a lot of things to look out.
It's a lot deeper than we.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm quite sure vaginas is one of the. Sometimes I wonder. I'm not a religious person, but I feel like two of the best things God ever made was women and puss. And I'm not sure. Every person is probably different on what the order is or which one's better than the other. But y'all got a lot of shit going on. And that's the reason why a lot of y'all crazy, because it's like a lot of that shit, it would drive me crazy. All I got to do is wash my balls and my penis and my ass, and I'm like, I'm cool. Y'all got to pay attention to how y'all wipe. And
Yes.
you talking about you got to make sure you ain't baking bread. And, you got to make sure you don't drink too much water, because now the bread's soaking up the water. It's a lot of shit. Like, I got a daughter now, and I'm trying to read up and see a lot. Luckily, her mother's going to be here to answer a lot of shit that I am not even finna touch. I got two boys, it's easy with them. It's like with women, it is just such a, to me anyway, as a man, as many women as I've been with, I just know, I've seen how other parents have kind of fucked up. You're too strict, you can fuck up. You're too lax, you can fuck up. Just trying to teach them the right shit to stay away from this type of nigga. You see him with the wrong nigga, you don't want to say too much because that may entice her to stay with that nigga. So, just a lot that goes into the psychology of women. And as much as I get so much gripe about me hating y'all, I have to bring it up every show. I just don't understand how any female that considers herself a woman can hate or think a man that constantly makes distinctions between these hoes and women, that I automatically hate women. I just don't get it. Maybe it's just the fact of, I am a man. I really shouldn't probably care, but I just hate how much attention these hoes get. How these hoes are winning. And, it's just like, these hoes just doing what they doing to survive, where y'all as women, y'all are trying to do so much more. And it's like, I get gripe because I'm a woman supporter, but I'm a sexist. I say I'm a hoist. I'm a hoist.
Okay.
I don't like hoes. But, so I saw you make lingerie for guys, which, really, is it really, does the term lingerie even go for men, or is it just draws? Because it's like draws.
I don't really call it lingerie for men.
It's sexy pants?
Yeah, I would just call them boxers, robes, night shirts or something. But I don't like mix lingerie with men. Not because you can't. It's just because it doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. It doesn't matter though. I'm not against it, but because most guys I'm guessing would not even want to say they're buying lingerie for themselves from me, but I don't know, but there are some companies that actually make men lingerie with lace and all that type of stuff. So if somebody came to me and asked me to make a custom piece, I would do it.
I'm just wondering because I've never.
But like, yeah. So I do make things for men too. I mean, cause we visual too. We like a little. We want y'all to try. To
dress it up.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I mean, when we put some lotion on, that is
I
us dressing it up. I didn't come to bed ashy. I'm ready. I'm
my
toenails.
We need,
Well, I don't know how much time. Sometimes we ain't got time to do our toenails.
No,
that's why we wear the socks.
Too much.
We wear the socks. The socks is.
Don't do it. You like the socks,
right?
I mean, but see, the socks is important. See, y'all don't see. Let me educate y'all on something. Now, the reason why men wear socks is not to hide our feet. It is for grip. If you are beating it up, it's like if you're off the bed, we on the floor. The socks with the carpet, good grip.
Okay.
The rubbing, electricity coming together is like a Spider-Man effect. I'm not gonna slide away from you.
Okay.
So this when we in the bed and we on the sheets, guess what? The socks is holding me in there.
Okay, I'm buying this.
So now next time y'all see y'all nigga with some socks on, now you gonna have to be like, don't take the. No, you know what? Don't. The socks is your friend, okay? Everybody, y'all ladies understand. Socks are your friend.
I'm pro sock now.
Socks. No.
Well, I mean, unless you sucking some toes, what's the problem with the socks?
I suck some toes.
Nah.
I will suck some toes. It's all me.
All right, well, everybody.
Hey,
it's a white dude in Europe with a squirrel in his ass right now. So everybody is into some different shit.
That's funny.
So as far as I see you got technically 4 different sizes. Like as a woman,
it's 3 sizes: large, medium, and small.
You said the dildo is not a size?
No, it's not a size.
It's a
This is
wand.
a tool. This is a wand this is an extra tool that you use if you're gonna bring it to the bedroom. I wanted to make a point. On your video, she shared her video about, the things that she was going through with her vaginal health, and then she made a post after that, and there were several pointers of, what not to do. Don't use this type of soap, or don't use that type of soap, or, all types of things. And then yoni eggs came up and said, don't use yoni eggs because they're porous. The ones that you buy on Amazon that are $5, yes, they're porous. But if you have a vendor that invests in GIA certified yoni eggs, none of my yoni eggs are porous. So that's why they're a little bit more expensive. So what a porous stone is basically that the stone can hold bacteria in it. It's a rock. So if you make this falls and it cuts in half, you're gonna feel the little cracks and or if it broke. So that can hold bacteria in it. But if it's GIA certified, which just like a regular diamond, like a diamond, you get it certified, they all have a serial number so that you can know it's real. These are real gemstones. So these are not porous gemstones because I don't want to give you something that's going to worsen your problem.
Right.
I'm trying to help you out. So when I have a product that I'm telling you about as a woman and I'm trying to help you out as a woman, best believe that I've done my research and I've invested the time and the knowledge and just learning what is better for you. I'm not going to give you something that I'm not going to use myself. So, there are yoni eggs out here that cost $20 and $30. Go ahead. If that's what you want to do, that's you and your vagina. That has nothing to do with me. But for my yoni eggs, the reason why they're a little more expensive is because I am certified that I'm sure that these are not going to cause an infection for you. These are A1, and yes, the large is going to cost you $50 to $60 for one egg, but I promise you're not going to get a bacteria infection or any type of problem because you used a yoni egg.
I know.
Now, since you have 3 sizes, how does a woman even know which one Well, I mean, I guess if her pussy is loose as a goose, she just need to start with the big one.
No.
But how will she know that?
Everyone starts
Women
large.
know when y'all shit loose.
Everyone starts large. There's women. Okay, so that's a myth. There are virgins out here that their muscles are so much more laxed. They've never had sex before. Their muscles are so much more laxed than a woman who is, very sexually active. She might have tighter muscles. That term, if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you're not having sex, do you think that's going to keep your vagina tighter? No. You're not using that muscle. You're not gripping. You're not doing anything to keep that muscle, tight. So that's a myth. The more you use that muscle, the tighter it's going to get. The difference. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and just all day, every day. That's what you're going to do. It doesn't work that way. Let's take these yoni eggs. Let's talk about the gym. When you go to the gym, you got your workout gear, you're in front of the mirror, you're ready, and you start flexing your muscles just to see where you're starting. Now you're just flexing. That's all you're doing. What are you doing that for? You're not going to grow any muscle that way, right? How are you going to make that muscle bigger or stronger? You have to pick up that weight and start lifting those weights, right? Because that's how that's going to grow. Same thing with Kegels. Here you are squeezing, releasing. So you see girls at work and you could tell they're like squeezing, releasing. But
I've been doing Kegels since we've been talking.
Men should do Kegels too.
Yes, Kegels are very good for stamina and endurance.
Yes. So, why do Kegels if you don't have a weight in there? This weight is what's going to make that muscle stronger, and it's going to close that vaginal cavity so that you can get ready for that medium stone, and then use your medium stone. So if you're active, let's say 3 to 5 days a week, within 4 months you should be able to move down to a medium, and then same thing for your medium to smalls.
So there's some chicks out here that can get that small, and that motherfucker gonna just fall straight back out.
This big one, I've had women say, this is big, it's not gonna fit. What? No, look, this is not big. It's not even 2 inches in diameter. Like, this is not thick.
Well, you haven't seen the type of guys they've dealt with.
And I haven't, but this is not going to do anything to you. It's not going to hurt. It's very smooth. So when you put it in, do your little workouts, clean it, put it in some apple cider vinegar, hot water, maybe some Epsom salt, wipe it off.
See, what I'm hoping for is at the end of this show, there's going to be some women out there that's going to drink some pineapple juice and eat some garlic while holding in her yoni egg, while sitting around in some lingerie, trying to get herself right
we can have a
for our guy. Because I really feel like a lot of women are really missing out on good relationships just because it's not just all about the sex. It's just more about, to me, how they feel about themselves.
Right.
And I just think that if they take a little bit of everything that the three of y'all have discussed, and maybe just a fraction of the shit that I've said, they may be able to feel better about themselves. A person can't make you happy. You have to make yourself happy.
Right.
Your happiness is just an extension of going out to them, and vice versa.
Right.
Like you say, it's energy. The energy you put out is the energy you're going to get back.
It transfers.
So it's like, if you're not happy with yourself, how can you expect anybody else to be happy with your old raggedy ass? That you all moody and shit. Yeah, I said raggedy, old unhappy, raggedy motherfuckers. Just
Always negative.
Yeah, it's always
it's a lot of people
motherfuckers
out
that
there
don't want
like
to
that.
do shit, but just feel like, oh yeah, I deserve this type of fuck you. I'm glad you're single.
And you want to know something? You don't even have to say anything for someone to kind of get that vibe or that energy reading. Like that's serious. If you ever found, you're in a room full of people and someone just walks in and you can just tell their vibe is off or their energy is just negative. That's some real shit. Like, we need to learn that more deeper, on a deeper level of ourselves and of other people. We have a lot of friends and we keep ourselves in a lot of company, and their energy, it jumps off on us, and sometimes we don't think about those things, go home and all of a sudden you were just happy when you left the house, and now you come home, you pissed and you arguing with your girl or with your guy, and you don't know what happened, shit just happens, but it ain't shit just happens. That's energy, and you have to dig deeper to that.
Yeah, that's the reason why I wear my sexy drawers. That keeps my energy up high. I try not to argue as much. Motherfuckers, people already be like, oh, you have a girlfriend? No, I'm engaged. You're engaged? Like, yeah, motherfucker. Shit, you got kids? But it's just, we all just need to start working on it. I just want, like I say, I brought you ladies together. I wanted to do something different. You know, as much as I talk about, you know, the good things about women, I said, what can I discuss about women that could be good and also somewhat educational? Then at the same time, you educated me on some shit today. So I mean, definitely yeast, you know, just, you know, how you walk up on somebody, hey, can you tell me what a yeast infection is? They don't look like, damn, nigga, you got a yeast infection? So it's like,
It's good for men to know because if you're having sex with your woman, you know what's going on. You should know.
Right.
You should know what's going on down. Like, a man should be a woman's gynecologist. Like, if we're in a relationship, you're my gynecologist.
Yep.
You should know how it smells. You should know how it tastes. You should know how it looks, if it's irritated, everything.
I don't know about knowing if it's irritated.
Oh, you should know.
You should know. I mean, if you're down there.
I mean, well, shit, I feel like if it's irritated already, I'm not even supposed to get down there. You're supposed to be like, you know, no, it's not tonight.
But no,
you know,
I'm just saying, like,
don't let me get down there and like, why the fuck is this shit all red?
But you should know, right?
But
you should know why.
as my partner, I should be able to come to you and be like, babe, something don't feel right or it don't seem right.
Okay,
like,
well,
right,
say that though, but don't let me think I'm finna get you to work and then you down there is like instruction down here. Like, look, no, I mean, yeah, I'll take a look. I don't give a fuck. I'm nosy anyway. You're like, it don't feel right. Let me look. But I don't want to be on some other shit. Then I gotta discover shit.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Communication.
Communication. That's
Absolutely.
shit. I done told her, man, babe, look at this pimple on my ass. Is it ready to bust? What the fuck is going on? You know, some women, but you know, every woman isn't comfortable with their man like that.
Right.
And that's again goes into what type of relationship that you have.
Exactly.
You have a lot of women that's not secure with wearing lingerie because they're not secure with the way their body look, and they're not secure with the way their body look is because they don't feel like they're being appreciated by their man, which can go either way because you may think we don't like the way y'all look, and we do. Every guy is the same way. You may not be speaking, I might not be speaking. You know, I mean, shit. I tell her all the time, I love these titties. She know I love them titties. Sometimes you gotta let a woman know I love these titties and everything else. You know, some guys don't say shit. A lot of women don't say shit, and that goes into that closed mouth don't get fed. You know, so with the lingerie, I think a lot of women, even if you are bashful and don't talk to your man about a lot of stuff, surprise that nigga.
Yeah.
You know, come in with some lingerie.
Yeah.
You know, you never know what conversations may get started at. If nothing else, that nigga like, man, you need some money to go get another one of them.
Right,
And I've
exactly.
had that happen too. And I love when the guys are like involved in what, like, look, I need you to make this for her. You know, when they start doing it together, that is, I love it. Yeah.
So
awesome.
now for you, I'm just wondering, like, I know you specialize in women, like, but for guys, like, is there certain stuff for us? You know, I mean, besides the pineapple juice, everybody know pineapple juice. Thank you, Kevin Hart, for the pineapple juice.
Right.
But you know, I'm just saying, like, for me, shit, is there some shit that I could be eating or drinking better that either enhance my sex life or I ain't worried about living long. I'm gonna outlive everybody around here. But you know, just you know, is it just more you concentrate more on just what the women need?
It's more so women. I don't have a penis. I don't know anything as far as like how to better the penis. I mean, do your Kegels. You know what I mean? Drink your pineapple juice. Men can drink cranberry juice as well too. Men can take probiotics and vitamins too. But
why are we taking probiotics? Isn't that like an antibiotic?
No.
Hey, I said if I got a goddamn, I don't give a fuck. Y'all can laugh. I said if I get a question, I'm gonna ask. I heard otic. I think antibiotic. Unless you burned me, why am I taking a probiotic or whatever you call it?
it's to, like I said, it's to instill the good bacteria back into your body. An antibiotic is to get rid of the bad bacteria.
Well, I hope all the bacteria is out of my body. I
No,
don't
you
want.
don't.
I don't know. Fuck that. I ain't. Show me. I gotta read up then, because I ain't know some good bacteria.
We got you.
Okay,
We
so
got
I
you.
mean, shit. Again, this is the point of the show to educate women and men. Well, mostly women and Brian, because Bshine is all that counts. So, but where we at right now? Let's see. We're down at the 10-minute mark. So, what I want to do is get a few closing thoughts. So we'll start. I was just talking to you. We'll go with you. So, what is your closing thoughts?
So closing thought, and I like my model to come up real quick while we at towards the end. But
All right, come on.
She
Let's
bad,
go.
y'all.
Come on, go over there. Come on.
Come stand by Sade.
And y'all better like this shit, because it's cold outside.
I'm gonna
And
have
she
to
came out in
order
this.
I'm gonna have to order that. I need
So
that.
let's come on, let me say, get a twist. Get a twist.
Yeah.
Where you know, you fully seen. So
So, like I said, I make stuff for women with curves and, so she's working that. But my closing thought at the end of the day is it always starts with yourself. I believe that no matter what you put on, what you don't put on, you have to work on self first. Because if you put the lingerie on and you're not feeling confident or you're not feeling good about yourself, it's going to show on the clothes. It's just like, it kind of goes hand in hand. So I would say, like, work on inside first and then outside first. And I can help you with the outside and hopefully at the inside too, which is why we're working on the Spice It Up shows. Like, it's more so for helping build up relationships. It's helping build up if you're single. So we're going to start doing more events. So I'm even welcoming ideas. I have a lot of ideas too. My next show will probably be in May. So we're working on that, but yeah. So.
Yeah, I tell you, I would love to be able to do. I would like to, if you do, depending on if you do it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I would love to do outside real ish of the day at your event, something like that.
Yeah.
That way we can let your crowd be the audience.
Yeah. We'll talk about that because I've actually done something. Well, going to one that was similar to that, and it was like an open panel in at a restaurant. And they had a patio outside, and it was really dope. So I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
And I actually would like to work with you ladies too for some things.
Definitely.
Well, y'all make sure y'all exchange numbers afterwards.
I will need that. Yes, I will need that in red. Please.
Gotcha.
So,
closing thoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of men don't know about vagina health, and a lot of women don't know about their vagina health either. So I just started a women's Facebook page. On my Facebook page will definitely be tons of information about, bacteria infections, any type of infections, different smells, different feelings. I'll post a lot of my yoga and meditation on there as well too. That'll kind of be full throttle of everything. I'm really big into energy, so my page is a different type of energy on there. It's called the O Spot, so definitely check me out, like me, send me messages. I'm open. There's no judgment, none whatsoever. I'm a woman. I've heard a lot. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. So yeah, just send me a message. Upcoming events. Whew. So I'm doing another talk show coming up recently. That'll be in April. A few different yoga and meditation events as well too that I'll post on my O Spot as well too. And yeah, that's it. That's the O Spot.
All right. And also you didn't say it in your closing argument. I'll say it. Embody clothing. All right, Jasmine.
All right. Well, final thoughts. I really think it's important as women. We really need to get deeper into who we are. Education is very important. We have to learn ourselves. And I cannot stress enough how much I've learned, of women, just in this journey alone. I learned so many things about me that I would have never thought had I not started the journey. So, I think it's important. We have to know our bodies. We have to know from the inside out. I like the way you said that.
Mm-hmm.
You're helping women on the outside prepare for themselves or for their journey to feel better about themselves inside. Right. I'm on the opposite side. I'm trying to help you inside so that once you grip the feeling and once you grasp the concept, you'll be feeling great inside and it's going to show on the outside. So, because that's just what energy does. I remember I was getting a massage my first time meeting Octavia. I was, trying to, talk with Les, and we're trying to run through ideas, how we're going to work together. And here comes this, ray of sunshine coming out the room. I was like, who is this girl? She's just so happy. And we just clicked instantly. And she's been my, go-to when it comes to energy and things like that. So, of course, vendors events, I think, we definitely can link up and kind of do something together.
That would be awesome.
Yep. Empowering women. That's
I'm
what
so for that. It's
all
needed.
about. Yep, it's
so
too much negativity in ourselves. We go through a lot as women, and I think you know, the angry women thing it's played out. So let's stop being angry and let's help each other feel better about ourselves, but also help each other out.
Be great.
Let's be great together.
All right, well, for my closing thoughts, how can I say this in a non-Bshine way? Fuck that. I'm going to say it in a Bshine way because this is my goddamn show. All right, ladies, women, by all means, start stepping it up in a relationship. Start stepping it up for yourself, not just for your man. Step it up for you. Man can't make you happy if you're not already happy with yourself. Lingerie is not your enemy. You can get that shit, wear, be sexy, feel sexy, be sexy for your man. I promise you, unless that nigga really ain't into you, that nigga is going to be happy. Start researching things that you can do for yourself to make your body healthier, to make you feel healthier. You never know. You could be eating some shit that's got you all uptight and irritable, and it's like, man, I just need to stop eating that shit, or eating better, or drinking more of the things that are healthy and needed for my body. Ain't nothing wrong with buying products that can get the pussy tight. Ain't no nigga on earth finna get mad that you got your vagina tight. All of these things that we discussed today are things that will make you, as women, as females, be it that you're single, be it that you're in a relationship, it will enhance you, and through that enhancement of yourself, you and your mate can be enhanced, or you can enhance yourself to find the right mate. Now, I just want to give out a couple shout outs. If you need clothing, if you need lingerie, if you need custom shirts, we got 2 people here. We got Designs by D. We also have Embody. If you need the yoni eggs.
That's me.
I said it right, yoni?
Yoni egg.
God damn it, I got it. You need the yoni eggs. Also, you've seen the promos that I keep putting up. This is my promo. This is my promoter right here, right now. And Jasmine Castro, you can find her on my page. Embody, Taliba MC. You also can find her on my page. If you got questions for the old spot, Octavia Latrice. You can find her on my page, Designs by D, Delicia Tatum. You also can give us a call, 708-928-1780. Also, if you're looking for a home to do your podcast or your shows, come on down to Echo Rhythm Radio/TV. We got a spot for you. Better hurry up. Spots is going fast. Also, if you need haircuts, New Family Barbershop, 10715 South Michigan. They cut adult and children's hair. Come up there. It's the reason why they call it New Family. We need to start building better relationships in our community. And we also need older people to be talking to these children. If you ain't got shit to tell your kid, take them down to that barbershop and let the men down there explain something to them. And that's pretty much it. In the next 2 weeks, the next 2 shows is going to be another 2-parter. Since I had so much gripe about my last 2, and y'all kept wanting to turn it around, fuck it. Why are men single? We doing 2-parters. We're going to have all men, and we're going to have all women. And we're going to let the guys discuss why men are single, and we're going to hear from the ladies why y'all think men are single, since we already did it with the women. But until next Saturday, this is your boy Bshine. This is Real Issue Today. I'll holler at you.
See y'all.
Thank you, ladies. That was fun.